Hi there students, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at spreadsheets, and I wanted to show you and talk to you a little bit about the features of a spreadsheet because you'll need to know these over the next few weeks as we're working with area. And we're going to be putting lots of formulas and lots of numbers into a spreadsheet, so hopefully this helps you out. The first thing I'd like to show you is how to add a new sheet. Now I've created 3 sheets already here, one for parallelogram, triangles, and one for circle here. Okay, but I'm going to go back here. I want to add a new sheet, and I want to add a sheet about rectangles. So I'm going to do that. To do that, add the sheet there. I've clicked on add sheet, and as you can see, it's come up with sheet number 6. Now, sheet number 6 is not a very meaningful name, so I'm going to rename that to rectangles. So I type in rectangles, and I press OK, and it's done. Now, I want the rectangles page to be at the front, so I'm going to move it left, and I'm going to keep on moving it left until I'm happy with the position that it's in. Okay, so I've got my rectangle sheet there now. The next thing I want to sort of talk to you about is the spreadsheet itself. Here we are, this is columns. These are columns, so column A, column B, column C. And these things going across here are called rows. Row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6. Okay, so if I wanted to find an individual rectangle on here, these are called cells. I would click here and it would be represented by the cell B6. And that's a handy thing to know, because if I put a number in here, I can go, what's the number in B6? And I can click on there, I can go and find it. This is particularly handy when doing formulas. So if I've got another number in here, say 12, okay, I could go through and add that up in my mind, but I'm going to get the computer to do it. I'm going to program the computer to add that up. So what I do is I click in the cell C6, I'm going to press the equals button, so now I've got an equal sign there. That equal sign tells a spreadsheet there that you're going to be doing a formula. So I'm going to click here on A6, so that it highlights there. Then I click on plus, I'm going to click on B6. So the formula there says equals A6, so whatever's in cell A6 plus whatever's in cell B6. And I press the enter button, and the computer has calculated that out for me. This is particularly useful because if I change this number here and I change this number here, the computer has gone through and automatically added that up for me. So that's a powerful tool. I can also get the computer to multiply those two numbers. If I press on the equals button again, I can press equals. I can click on this cell here, equals A6 times by. Now to get the times button, I click the shift and hold number 8 down and click on B6, and I press return, and as quickly as that, the computer has calculated it. Once again, if I change this number here to 76 and this one here to 24, it's gone through and done the calculations for me. Okay, so I've done both calculations, it's added them and multiplied them too. So that's a very handy tool. Another useful tool that you might like to use too is the fill down button. Okay, if I click on here, and I'll get that little star there, little plus sign there. If I click there now and drag that down, I'm going to fill down whatever in that square into the squares below. And that's a handy little tool when you're doing lots of different calculations and lots of different formulas. The other thing I'd like to show you too is pi. We're going to be working with circles down here, so we're going to need to know what pi is. So I can type in here equals pi, P-I, and brackets, and it's come up there with a quick link there, and I'm going to press the other bracket, and so if I did times by 7, it would give me the pi times by 7. So that's going to be handy for doing areas of circles and a few things later on. The last thing I wanted to show you quickly was to freeze and unfreeze. If I click in there, I go up here to tools, freeze rows, 2 rows. I'm going to be able to do that. That gives me my heading rows. I'd like you to go ahead and create your own